Hi, everybody. You gotta switch this over to desktop. So, I'm back. I'm gonna see if I can actually get something done this time. Like I said before, I'm not sure if I'm getting sick or what's going on, but I figure we'll give it another try and see if I can get some more stuff done here. This time it's just music. Hey, mostly useful. Have you been sitting here the whole time? I don't know why I'm not getting the whole thing to. Oh, I also have my webcam blocked. I don't know why I have that. Okay. Um, Back at it, trying to do some music this time. Let's get stuff done. So, there we go. Yeah, more people talking about things. Anyway, so I have a couple projects that I need to work on that I have been struggling with pretty hard actually. There is one track that I talked about before, which is this one, this Famitracker project. So I can't really disclose what this is for, but he said that I can work on it on stream, so that's good. And he said that it sounds good overall in the current state. He'll leave the tweaking and stuff to me. A couple of more times. The note not changing enough isn't really an issue. Just to clarify, okay. He said it all sounds pretty good. So, and this will probably just straight up do the content ID right away. But the song that he was referring me to is like this kind of Spanish guitar kind of thing. So. Which, as you can imagine, is very difficult to translate into a chiptune style song. And I've been doing my best, but it's very, very hard. Actually, that won't change anything. I think that will. So, I mean, what I have, and he requested that it's slower as well. He did not want the full tempo for this, so it's a slower track. And let me see. I think I have a Famitracker. Yeah. Come on, pop in. There we go. Boop. So he requested it to be slower. He requested this this kind of style and stuff, and all that's totally cool. Like I'm more than happy to accommodate that. But I just like I feel like there's something wrong with this overall. Well, thank you, mostly useful, for joining early. I'm glad the Twitch notifications work because I'm not getting things sent out on Twitter. So I don't think it's bad. I don't feel like this style really translates over super well. And I can understand why he wants to do that song. It fits very, very strongly with the style of the game that he's making. But I just don't know how exactly to go about this in a way that I'm comfortable with. And I'm wondering if like I can like mess around with some swing or something and see if I can because right now it's just like these solid strings of notes are very, very difficult to to make sound interesting. And part of the benefit of having the song go faster is because if it goes faster, it just makes it sound more complicated. And like if I brought this up to 180, it'll still sound kind of robotic, but it will sound faster and like it sounds a lot smoother. So like part of this is just me kind of getting into this, trying to figure out like unlock the right path for this song, because right now I feel like it's just kind of sitting there and there isn't anything interesting going on. Now later on in this, like in a couple sections later, I kind of broke out from that normal Spanish guitar-ish kind of sound, and then I think that works a lot better, but I know that that's not exactly the style that he's looking for. So I'm kind of in a pickle, and it's kind of difficult to figure out the best way of going about this song, because there's definitely a lot of good parts to it that I want to keep, and I'm just having problems getting that initial boost to get things going. This song needs to be, I think, like a minute and a half to 2 minutes long, and I just gotta keep jamming out on it for a while, because he says that he doesn't want like the chord progression to get like super changed around or anything like that. So it's pretty much just this chord progression and just kind of jamming out on it, which isn't necessarily a problem. I just have to figure out the best way of handling this. And writer's block is a wonderful thing, and that's kind of what I've been dealing with. And this might be one of the reasons why I've been so low energy lately, just because I've had to deal with this. And it's just been tough. And I'm realizing that my wife's chair is just as uncomfortable as my broken chair, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't like this intro. So I keep on keeping on, I guess, and I'm gonna keep trying to mess with this, and hopefully something good comes out of it, because I gotta finish this project. I'm already behind, which sucks. Dot dot dot. It's just so robotic. Dot 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 dot. And it needs to be dot 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 or something like that. But I don't think that I can. Oh Jesus! I don't think I can get away with that. Hi, Amy. You're here to watch me struggle. What the hell did I hit? No. It'll get there. Like, in the end, as long as he's happy with the song, that's fine. I'm just like I'm kind of out of my element, which doesn't help. And I just it's very difficult for me to figure out the common ground that I should work on for this, because I really don't know what I'm doing in this one. And I think and I'm not embarrassed to say that or anything. Like, I feel like it's very important to be able to admit when you don't know what you're doing. And for the record, this stuff over here is basically just saved melody. Like, I'm not using it for anything. I'm not using the DPCM channel. I'm just holding on to it in case I need to use it at some point, which I might. So yeah, I'm not like. I guess I'm a little like kind of generally depressed about this whole thing because like I wanted to have this done a long time ago, but you know, it's kind of here we are here. Okay. And I think a lot of this is just rhythmic. I just need to figure out where I want to go with this. Yeah, and then that it's just bouncing between the 1 and the 5th. That's super boring. So yeah, I always say that I should just stream when I have writer's block because I think that it helps keep me focused. And another thing is I've been having a hard time focusing on anything lately. And focusing is important because that's how you get things done. Also, I don't know if I said hi, Amy, but hi, Amy. This whole thing, I guess part of the reason why I hate writer's block is because it just fills me with dread. Like, there's just so much that I feel like I should be doing right now, and I'm just stuck on this one song, just hammering away at it, and I just need to finish it. I just need to finish it and get it out there. And how long is this song right now? It's 6 seconds per frame, and there's 6 frames, so it's like 36 seconds. So we're like a quarter of the way done. Hey, my Twitch export from the prior video succeeded. That's cool. I mean, there's nothing there right now anyway. It's the 2-hour track challenge, 1 of 2. Let me just bounce over this real quick. I know I'm being really random and I shouldn't disrupt my work, but this is something that I just need to edit right away or else I'll forget because I need to schedule this for Tuesday, 9 o'clock. Part 1 of Saturday's Twitch stream. I guess I need to go back and edit the link as well. Okay, so go like that. That's the 12th. 1 of 2. Did mostly game development and then got really tired and went to sleep for a bit. Part 2 coming soon. So delete these. Twitch, games, game dev, production level, design, color, jumper. That's probably good enough. I don't really do monetization anymore. Monetization doesn't make any sense for me because I don't make any flipping money off of it. Like I make like 30 cents, and I'd rather have the people who watch my video not worry about skipping ads, I guess. So, okay. Well, when the video is ready to actually view, I'll get another email, and then I can finish it up from there. So, we'll go back to this, and I mean, I could take these melodies and see if I can just hammer something out. But I'm starting to think that maybe I should let me just grab this and see. And I mean, that's a super solid melody, but it's not what he's looking for, for a lot of reasons. For one, he wants all the notes to be really short, which is fine. He doesn't want like the vibrato stuff. He doesn't really like the whole pitch bend stuff for this because it doesn't fit the style. And so it's just kind of figuring out what exactly is a good middle ground for us, because I'm a little at odds for his thoughts for this, and that's not a bad thing. Like, as a creator, you are able to disagree with like your client. Because, I mean, if somebody hired you on, you're basically the expert at it. Like, they hired you on as the expert. They hired you on because you have the knowledge to do this stuff. And it's important that you leverage that knowledge and you actually let people know that, you know, you're not here as just a workhorse. You're here because you have knowledge that they don't. And you need to make sure that they at least respect your opinion. And in the end, I mean, they're the ones paying for it. So if they don't like your advice, then I guess you're just kind of stuck with what what you're up to. But you still have to buckle down and actually confront them about this, because it's just very easy to just take a job and be very placated and not really confront them about anything. And I've had many jobs when it comes to graphic design and like building websites, where the client wanted something that, in my opinion, would have been god awful, and that's not necessarily like I don't know. It's just it would have been bad for their business if they had gone that route. And it's like you have to be there and let them know that, yeah, this is something that you could do, but this would also alienate your user base because it's not exactly what you're looking for. And I think to some degree, like this song, I was able to talk to him about it and be like, okay, this is why I have misgivings about doing it this way. And he was open to that, and he definitely changed some things around because of it. But yeah, I mean, it's important to just sit down with your client and actually have a conversation with them, because you don't want to just be the robot that puts out the material, because that's not fun for you. And they don't want, well, some people do, but most people don't want to just lean back and just be like, okay, so I paid you a bunch of money, so go do your thing now. And I'm just copying and pasting these over here. If they don't fit, they don't fit, and I'll fix it in a little bit. But right now I'm just kind of getting things down, and this is kind of the same way that I handle the normal 2-hour track stuff, where it's just like you gotta hammer it out. Hey Zelgrith, it is a mixed bag. I'm currently at probably like a 7 out of 10. I realize that my wife's chair is just as uncomfortable as my broken chair. I'm kind of wondering if her chair is broken too. We just need to invest in better chairs. Like going to Costco. Thank you. It's getting there. It's a track that I'm struggling with in a lot of different ways, both creatively and directionally. He wants a particular style that's very difficult to translate into chiptune. Okay, so this one doesn't work at all. That was just part of something else, I guess. Actually, I'm not going to delete that. I don't have any backups anywhere, so I'm just going to put it over here. Yeah, Zelgrith, that's very, very true. This chair is like wiggly too, and I don't know if it has the same like sheared off screw or if it's just a low quality chair. I think she got this one at Office Max, and what I should do is I should like save up my Patreon money and invest in a chair that actually like is high quality enough to where I don't have to worry about it for like another 5 years, because right now like this is very uncomfortable, but I know if I go and get the dinner chair back, that's going to be equally uncomfortable for different reasons. Like that one's just it's just crappy. Oh my God. Okay, let's see if this works. Oops. Because right now, all I need to do with this song to make it to kind of his expectations is to basically just create a bunch, like a just kind of jam out over this chord progression. Oh my God, I can't hit notes anymore. Yeah, so that actually works pretty well. But if I can just insert a couple extra notes in here, and that'll help too. So there's another how to use FamiTracker video that I need to create to deal with these double bars. And those are actually note releases. That somebody brought that to my attention probably 3 or 4 months ago, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. But you can actually set a note release in FamiTracker, so it has your attack, and then it loops, and then it releases, which I found very interesting. I didn't know that until very recently. So yeah, I need to go back and make something for that, because that's very important. And it's silly that I didn't know that, but you know, I only taught what I knew at the time. So I kind of like that there's kind of some juggling going on there. I think that helps. Having the extra notes in there helps. Yeah, okay, so we're at about a minute now. And I can actually loop this one again. Because I really like it. And I think that it works well, and I can like iterate on it a little bit. So, how's everybody's evening going? Hopefully, things are going well for you. I'm actually seeing if I can scoot this over. And so this should be A. Okay, A. Okay. I'm doing my best to keep morale up, really. Like I said, earlier, it's just trying to keep excuse me, just trying to keep this going. Cuz it's basically like the important song for it's the intro, and he's going to be using it for marketing and all this other stuff. So this is the one that he really wants to nail. Which is why he's babying this one a little bit more than the other tracks, because all the other tracks, except for maybe one, he's just like, do whatever you want, man. I trust your opinion. And I feel that that's like very, very important in a relationship with a client. Okay. So yeah, it's getting there. Ugh, that's way too high. Excuse me. I was dumb and had like a candy bar before going back on stream, and apparently it's all stuck in my throat. I've also been trying to think about why I feel so gross lately. And initially I think that it's because I did not I haven't been sleeping well or eating well or any of that, but I think most of it is just because I haven't. But I have been eating well and sleeping well, and that's the thing. Like why I'm so confused is why this isn't working for me. But I have not been drinking as much water as I usually do, so I'm probably dehydrated in some capacity. And so I'm trying to figure out why exactly things are so gross. And I think that he might actually want me to make this less complex, like, harmonically. Because I think this actually works pretty well. The volumes are all screwed up. I'm going to have to fix that, but that's fine. It's just 9A, 9A. Da, 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 da. There it is. Yeah. It's on its way. Or say it's getting there a lot. I realize that. Okay, so this part right here, again, it's just so repetitive. You need to just sit down and break this up a little bit, and hopefully that's all I have to do. Yeah. I want to bring these out. Yeah. No, that actually doesn't work. Okay, so it's sounding better. It's getting to a point where I'm actually a little bit more happy with it, which is nice. Oh, Windows wants me to restart. Windows can suck it. I can restart tonight after I quit. Yeah. So, I think we're at, like... We're getting there for time, which is good. Because he said this is one of those things that, you know, if people leave the start screen up, they want it to not be annoying if it loops. kind of want to add like a break in between here, just to kind of break up how all this sounds. And I think that it would be good to have that. Oops, and good to have it in the right position too. So we're right now we're basically. So instead of going down, we have. And then it kind of goes into a different section here rhythmically. And I mean, I'm thinking about all the other songs that I've made for this one so far, and I shared this with a couple of you on the Discord channel, this desert one, and I just need this as a palate cleanser because I love this song. I also have something in my teeth, which is cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of that song. There's a couple of them that are like just one like group right now. So like super basic, but I just need to work on it more. This was the first attempt at the start song. But it just did not work out. It was too fast and it's not anything good. What one's this one? Nice. Yeah, so happy theme. All right, this is a normal song. It breaks into like this weird happy theme. Hey, feeling it? How you doing, man? I'm struggling with a chiptune song. Yeah. Yeah, I know you do, man. But yeah, I'm struggling to getting this song going. It's just, for some reason, I can't get the momentum that I need on it, and it's really frustrating. It's just this pluckiness is just too much right there, I think. Yeah, and then obviously there's a stuck note there. Hey, B-Boy Spaz. This is Famitracker. This is a tracking program based off of the Nintendo Sound Chip. So it's basically a Nintendo Sound Chip emulator for making chiptunes that sound very, very close to the real thing. The noise channel, possibly, yeah. That's not a bad call. I usually save just like I do with projects in Ableton. I usually save my drums for last. The other thing is that I don't have. I mean, this is a commission project, so I can't go too crazy with drums because I'm kind of sitting within the parameters of what he wants, and I definitely will make another pass at the drums because right now it's basically the same loop through the whole thing, which I'm not particularly happy with. And I keep playing this hoping to get to the end so I actually see how long the song is because I need to make it like a minute and a half. So I'm just gonna go like that. Yeah, replace. That's way easier. It is a minute and 3 seconds long. So, B-Boy Spaz, I thought that you were just streaming recently. What were you up to? I guess I could just check my email history, huh? You were playing. I would assume you were playing Stardew Valley because I know you're already married and your title was Finally Getting Married and other such farm activities. I want to play Stardew Valley pretty badly, actually, but I need to find time to do it because I have a feeling it's going to take all of my free time. Gears of War. Another thing is maybe I have to sneeze. Maybe these quick notes would benefit from them being quieter because right now they kind of stand out a lot. Getting married again. I just don't think I want I just don't think I want the notes that high. Maybe this would be benefited if we move this down a little bit. Okay. I mean, having the two different octaves at least gives it a little bit more of a call and a response, which is good. Well, that's cool feeling it. What kind of album are you working on? So basically this goes to 0A, which is 10. So I need to get to what would be 20 in hexadecimal. That would be 116, 14, somewhere around there. I gotta go off camera for like 2 seconds. I got something stuck in my teeth and it's really starting to piss me off, so be back in a second. Okay. Because I don't think anybody wanted to see that. Ugh. That's what you get for eating a ham sandwich. Yeah, I feel like this chair's busted too. I don't know. Maybe I should just get one of those big yoga balls and just sit on that. You can't fucking break a sphere. Okay, so what I want to do in this new section is, first of all, I want to bring everything over here. All the same instrument anyway, and I kind of want to just move away from the rhythm that I have. So there's a little bit of a different rhythm going on, and I think that'll help. Well, that's cool. I have not done a whole lot of mixing of like my chiptune stuff, and then like exporting the Famitracker output and bringing it into a DAW. And oh, sweet, man, that's awesome. It's like you're like most of the way there already. Are you doing the NaNoWriMo, not the NaNoWriMo, the Naso Elmo, the National Solo Album Month? Okay, so I'm going to totally pare this down. Just to the very, very basic notes. And then I'm going to add in I'm going to work on adding in the just like a counter melody kind of thing. I just need to figure out where I'm putting these. There we go. January 8th. That's kind of, is that a date that's important to you in some way? Yeah. Okay, so we got that. And then we can work on adding. Okay, I'm getting sick of this chair too. Just a second. I'm just gonna loop this song real quick. I need to just go back to the fucking other chair. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I wrote a song a long time ago called 13 is My Favorite Prime. And 13 is My Favorite Prime had a lot of, a lot of stuff in it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So in the very far background, there is a sound of a clock ticking, which the sample is 13 ticks long, and that sample is looped 13 times. The song is in 13/4 time, I think. There is a lot of things that are like, I think, raised by the 13th in like the background. I actually really like this song. So yeah, it's like I really like adding just basically symbolism, just hidden stuff for just me in albums. Just because it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. Ugh, that's garbage. Okay, ugh, this needs to be way lower. I'm not entirely sure what I wanted to do here. I feel like I wanted to just like create another layer here. Let's just get rid of this altogether. Except for maybe these, because these are important for rhythm, because those are the little chirps. Because those guys are like the snares, basically. It's very cool. So if I take this and I just, ugh, it's so high up. Ugh. And I can't type anymore, apparently. There we go. And having that harmonizing might work pretty well, but I have to actually hit the right notes. So that's good, except it's like the wrong octave because it's getting it's getting in its own way right here. So I can raise this up and then bring that down again. Yeah, that might work. Ugh, God, I'm so sick of this. I just there's something about this that just does not gel with me, and it really pisses me off. So F. Can't do E. That's better. Also, this needs to actually end because it's a holdover note, and I want to actually, yeah, just go like that. Okay, and then I can do another round of this here with kind of the same instrumentation here. What the hell notes am I playing over there? A, B. So it would be... Nope, that's not right. That's just parallel fifths. Yeah. Okay. Working through this one's really hard. Like there's I have a lot more songs to do for this project, but like this one is by far the most difficult for a lot of different reasons. For one, like he's super invested in this one and he wants to make it perfect, which, you know, I want to make all the songs perfect for him, so I can't really blame him for that. Above and beyond that, it's just there's so many other things that I need to do for this song that are outside of my comfort zone. Like, I need to work on a style of music that I'm not familiar with, and then take that style of music and condense it down into 4 or 3 monophonic instruments with a noise channel. And yeah, it's just like this one's really kind of grinding me down a little bit, which sucks, but it's also like, you know, that's part of the job, and I'm learning stuff, which is also good. But I feel like I have to stop and go back and listen to the whole thing over and over to like retain the context for this song. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. But and there's a whole lot of copy and pasting going on right now, and that's intentional because he wants it this way. Like the source material that he gave me was basically a 5-minute jam session with like most of the things going the same chord progression throughout the whole thing, and then just like one instrument kind of jamming over everything else, which is totally fine. Like I'm okay with that. I just it's like all outside my comfort zone, and it's difficult. I thought I had some more notes, but maybe I don't. I have some color jumper levels, but I don't want to get distracted until I actually finish this song. My reward for finishing this song is working on a different project for a little while. How about that? I'm just going through my notes right now. And I mean, I'm glad that I'm able to stream this process because it helps me stay focused. And I'm saying that while I'm kind of procrastinating a little bit. But it helps me stay focused and keep moving forward on this stuff. I'm going to call out on Twitter again. Hey all, still streaming some Famitracker Chiptune music production. Come hang out and keep me sane. It sure is nice that attaching images to tweets don't actually take characters anymore. Cool. Okay, so this kind of terminates right here. So let's see. Actually, what I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I basically need to fill. Oops! I just need to fill in the rest of these, and we're all good. No. Oh, what the fuck ever. It doesn't really matter the order of the characters, to be honest. And this one will be shorter because it's like a transition. So if I export this as is, this should end up being about 2 minutes long. With a big empty spot at the end. Okay, so it's 2:06. So this is my goal right here, to fill in all of these with stuff. And then I can bring it to him, and then we can go back and forth to actually talk about what we want to fix and what he's not happy with. But right now, I just want to make sure that I get the song done so we can actually start a dialogue. Because right now, it's just kind of going back and forth on, like, the style that you like and the and everything else, and it's just, it needs to move beyond that point and move into a point where I can talk about other things, like, does this lead not work for you? What exactly does not, what doesn't gel for you in this particular situation? That kind of stuff. So we're kind of going back to just having this and then just jamming out again. Okay, so why don't I have sound? Oh, okay. So what I'm thinking about doing now is like having kind of a call and response thing. Need to use a different color scheme? I barely even know that there are different color schemes. Oh, look at that. Default. Monochrome seems kind of nice. Oh, white looks like it'll melt my face off. The other thing I might want to do is like lower the font size, like by a little bit. See, the problem if I lower the font size, it actually makes it harder to see on stream, right? Oops, that doesn't help. I was trying to preview it. I think I actually raised the font size a little bit so it's visible on stream. And then another thing that I did a couple times is I moved this down so like it starts empty. Which is a nice way of doing like a micro transition kind of thing. which is something that happens a lot on, like, I want to say traditional music, but, you know, who knows what's traditional music anymore. Yeah, I really enjoy that too. I enjoy that too, and I mean I can. This is the song that was given to me as like reference material. And like I did my best to emulate it and that's a faster tempo, I know, and everything else. And I actually had a very complex beat over here, but he said that it ended up too fast and too complicated, and he wanted something very simple. And I'm like, okay, I can do that, and that's what I did. But he also said this is the start theme, like this is going to be playing over the like in the trailer and in like the intro, like main menu kind of thing. And he said that for the credits theme, I can kind of go nuts and do what I did originally. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But it's just like this one is really taking its toll on me, which is fine. Like that's just, you know, that's the nature of freelancing. Sometimes you do stuff that is very difficult, and you just power through it, which is what I'm doing now, which is why I created all these empty channels, because that way I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and yeah. So it'll get there. Like I'm not worried. I'm more worried that he'll receive this and be like, no, this isn't what I'm looking for, and then, you know, we're back to square one, and I spent you know, a couple days working on it. But you know, it's a learning process. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. So yeah, I think that that's kind of a cool little break, and then it can just go back right into go right back into the main thing. I have in the past. In this case, I'm not going to, because he wants this as close to NES as possible. Because he's using, I don't know if he's using a NES emulator to make the game, or if he is just making it as close to Nintendo as possible. So in this case, I might bring it into Ableton for some basic mixing and mastering, so everything's kind of in the same area for volume. But beyond that, I haven't done that. I should have done it when I was working on like 3 Red Hearts, because that would have been the perfect time to do it. But no, I haven't. I know that it helps. I'm like, why is it the same thing over and over? It's because I have it set on loop frame instead of actually moving forward. And I can maybe mess with the strum a little bit. Yeah, and I mean, Three Red Hearts is where I was kind of learning everything. At some point, maybe I'll make like a remastered version, which would be pretty cool because I still have, I mean, obviously, I still have all of the FamiTracker files in projects, finished projects, Three Red Hearts. There they are.
Continue.
This was a fun one to make. So I think it was also one of the only times I used the DPCM channel.
Game over.
And of course, the Grandmaster. This is like my favorite chiptune song, at least from that I've made so far. Yeah, I like that one a lot. The same chord progression as Sanctuary is. I mean, the chord progression itself is very simple. It's oh. I think it was an A. Was it an A? No, it was in B. I mean, it's basically just a B minor chord and then a G7 chord. Or if you wanted to be more technical or specific, it is a minor 1 chord. Like in the key of C, it would be C minor 1, and then it would be the 6 minor 6 7. Oh, Save the City. That's just like, yeah. Chromatic descending. I thought that was a lot of fun to make too. Although one of my other favorites for this project, I really enjoyed the desert theme, and I played this one earlier. I think you weren't in the chat yet though. Plus, it's fun to have the lead be a triangle. Yeah, I love this one. I have so much fun making desert music, apparently, because for when I'm super distracted right now and whatever, but for the Unearth Initiative, I had a very similar thing, and it was so fun to make. like I said, I'm getting distracted. I just don't know what to do with this song anymore. Oh man. But yeah, like desert themes are so much fun because they have that very, very specific rhythm, but it's so open to interpretation with like scales and chords and everything else, so you can just kind of go nuts. And I mean, I took a lot of inspiration from Mario games for that prior one I played, because Mario games are pretty much they're the masters at setting the tone for a style of level. Because I mean, they probably created the tone for those level styles since, you know, they've been around forever. Where the hell am I going? Yeah. No. Pretty awesome. He doesn't want me to add vibrato, but I'm going to add vibrato right here. Because I can. It's too much, but... Wow. This should just be up an octave, because fuck it. So I can have basically another iteration of working on the strums, and then maybe 2, 3, 4. I'll have 4 groups of another lead-ish kind of thing, and then maybe this will be done. And I can go back to making color jumper levels for the rest of the night because there's 3 more levels that I want to make that I have like written down. So I think that would be fun to go back to work on color jumper for a bit. Yeah, feeling it. I completely agree, but he wanted everything to be very short and snappy, and he didn't want vibrato, and I'm just like, that's fine. I took a deep breath, and it's like, it's his project. And I went on this rant a little bit earlier, and I'm like not really messing with the guy at all. Like I really respect him. He's doing a lot of good stuff. But it's tough right now because I talked about this before. It's just like talking to a client. You need them to understand that. I got emails. You need them to understand that. Insert Coin Theater just went live on Beam and went live on Twitch. She's playing Killing Floor 2. You have to let them understand that they are, they're buying your services and they're also buying your knowledge. So you have to be willing to fight for your ideas. Down, 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 down. Okay, so we've got one more grouping of this, and then we just go back to Jam Town, which is way up at the top, because then we have four of those. Okay, so we got that and that. So these need to be different. But yeah, fighting for your ideas is very important because nobody else will. And you're the one that's making the project, and you're the one that is slapping your name on it. So you want to make sure that you're happy with it as well. And if you're not happy with it, then like these people, then you have like a conflict of interest because if you don't want to put your name on it, then you're basically just like I guess like a ghost producer. Like you're just making stuff for somebody else and like letting them take all the credit for it, I guess. I don't really know. I don't know what I'm saying tonight, man. I actually had a lot of fun last night. I was on Tim's stream, and I was basically just ranting a stream of consciousness for like 3 hours. I don't know why he didn't kick me off his voice chat because I was just chatting about nothing. I think I talked about poutine for like 15 minutes. Which, by the way, poutine is awesome. If you've never had it, I highly recommend going out and finding it and then putting it in your face hole because it is delicious and it's really, really bad for you. But, sometimes you gotta hurt yourself for something that you love, right? Okay, so I'm going to try this. No, I'm not going to play the Meow Mix song. Maybe I am. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff going on right now. And it's I'm really glad that I can be part of it. It's like having the ability to just go on Tim's stream and just like rant and just talk about bullshit for several hours was actually a lot of fun, and it was a really good time. It's like I want to delay this by a little bit, but I think if I delay it by a little bit, it'll add some kind of swing to it that I don't want. So if I do that, yeah, it's not gonna sound right. Yeah. I don't like that. So this is leading up. And maybe just going with something simple like this is good enough for now. Except that needs to be... That's A. Yeah. That sounds better. Oops. Yeah, I mean that's totally fine right there. God, I have like 5 trains of thought going at the same time right now, and I'm losing all of them. I was talking how cool it is to have friends where I can just like hang out on their streams. Like, I am by no means any kind of celebrity, but being able to have like even access to that and just being able to hang out with friends. And you know, Tim has about the same number of viewers I do, like around maybe the tens, maybe a dozen on good nights. And I think that's still really good, and it's good to have that. I'm just gonna go like that. It's good to have that amount of people, and I think that's a solid number. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. I think I wanted this one. Yeah. I'm not going to straight up copy this, but I really liked this groove. Oops. Yeah, I don't want that. So the other ones were short, and these are longer. And then maybe... Almost there. We got 8 bars left, and then it's more working on refining it rather than building it. And I mean, that's a fairly broad distinction when everything's still so rough, but I think that it's important to at least get stuff done. And when it's done and kind of locked in place when it comes to arrangement and everything else, then it's more of a logical puzzle instead of a creative puzzle, because you have all the notes, you just don't have them in the right order, which might not make a whole lot of sense anyway, but I'm going to stick with that because yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's something amusing I was talking about yesterday. I got invited to something on Reddit called the PM Club, because my name is PM Me Your Favorite Tune. So it basically auto invites everybody who has a name that starts with PM Me. I like to stop in there now and just see what weird stuff people have sent. Feeling it. That's awesome. don't psych yourself out over it, and just keep rolling. It wasn't 7.5 minutes long. It was like 3 or 4 minutes long a while ago, but I really liked it. And this was during the NaNoWriMo or Naso Elmo, and I liked the song so much. It was like, oh, I got all this great momentum now. I'm gonna kick ass, and then I did not do anything for like a week during like the most tightest time based challenge ever. Because I psyched myself out. I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. I'm totally got my groove back. And then like I was like, oh, why can't I make anything as cool as the one I did that time? Yeah. So I'd love to hear it if you got it available at some point. Obviously, if you're still working on it and you don't want to share it yet, that's cool too. It's is it more one of your like rock songs? Oh, nice. Can't wait to hear it. Yeah, so it's getting there. We got that. We got that. So I need to go like pretty low because that's going E. Oh, thank you, feeling it. I actually that means more than usual for this song because it's such a slog for me. Trying to get through this because I feel personally like it could be so much more, but I'm also going in a style that I'm not accustomed to. Like this is just a jam. This is just somebody sitting down and like banging out a bunch of notes, and I have problems with this sometimes. And having an outside source, especially somebody who's familiar with music and Famitracker, actually means a ton to me. Okay, so these actually need to be shorter. To fit in with the rest of the theme. that so quiet? Okay, so this is supposed to be F, A, F, A. So it's supposed to be A. That's threes. This is supposed to be A. Why is that C? That isn't supposed to be C. That's supposed to be A. Although the lower notes, I think I can get away with C because they're less piercing. So I can go like this. And I think like this is one of the times where knowing music is very helpful because you know that higher pitched notes have more energy, and if they have more energy, they're usually perceived as louder. So this one should be like A, C, A, C, A, C, A. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass right now. I'm excited to get this sent off to him because I think that he'll like it a lot. Because there's variety, there's cool things going on in it, and it's still within the parameters of what he's looking for. See, this is actually too low now, so I actually want to bring this up an octave and bring this to A. And bring this up an octave too. Oh my god, notes. There it is. Honestly, just might be it sounds lazy, but I'm gonna fix it a little. Honestly, I actually kind of like that a lot. So if I just go like this, just have it fade out. Oh, nice. Probably don't want that as F. Probably want that as like 7. Yeah. And then just do a quick out on it. Okay, so this song is roughly done. So let's listen to the whole thing. Ugh. Need to fix that. Some of the rhythmic stuff is really not gelling with me, and I think I know why. But I'll fix that on the second pass through. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna take a couple shots at fixing some of these leads again. I think I know what the problem is. This needs to be up here, I think. It's I'm trying to like delay the note, but I need to, yeah, I need to like not delay the note. I need to make it play earlier than later. And this needs to get moved down by one. I'm gonna have that be a little bit more prominent. Nope, that's a little too prominent. Okay, yep. I'm gonna just put that out there for him and see what he says. This is what, version 5? Yes, version 5. And I'll switch it over to MIDI, or not MIDI, MP3 form really quick so it's a shorter upload. Mostly so I don't drop as many frames while I upload it. Because unfortunately, anytime I do anything, I drop frames. Let's watch. Drop frames 132, 164, 191, 250, 309. Oh, God. 368. So yeah, drop frames. Yeah, we're good now. Up to 510. Yeah, my internet kind of sucks. Feeling it. It's not great. I guess I don't need that there anymore. That happened yesterday. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back to the desktop. And come on, there you go. And then I'm going to just jump back into game development and make another level for Color Jumper, I think. So move back over to music. Yeah, I can bring that up a little more. That should be good. Oh, no more headphones for a while. That's a nice blessing. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my internet isn't bad, but when I'm streaming, I can't really do much but stream. Like, my wife can watch Netflix because that's download, not upload. But beyond that, yeah, I like this song too. I'm glad it popped up. So let's see. I can get rid of all this. I don't know if I have that one in here, honestly, because I don't add these all the time. I don't. I'm looking forward to releasing this as an album, by the way. I don't know if I have these. Because apparently I organized this by, like, name, which was a bad idea. But I know I don't have those two. I don't know if I have that one or not. Let's do a sort. So Scarlet Dangerfield. Oops. Okay, I didn't have that one. I don't know if I want to do Into the Machine just because it's so hard. It kind of goes pretty hard. Spirit of the Dawn is in there, so okay. Save. We'll do the Wigs one next because if I can find it. Where is it? Respect the Wig. There we go. Just kind of organizing my desktop a little bit. Okay, so I've got the script up, which I don't really need. I like this one. I'll turn it up. you can't jump off that one. Oh, you can make that in a cycle. Okay, so this is going to be a platinum medal. That's a rough one, though. Oh, it's not that hard, actually. I think I need to make some of these levels a little bit more complex. Because right now it's like, it's just these one-off little chunks. And I feel that, oh, I gotta turn that down. That's a really old song. It goes from like one of my newest songs to one of my oldest songs. I don't know why I'm trying to go the hard route. I'm just testing these levels to make sure they still work, I guess. I'm also using a keyboard, which is not the smart way of doing this. Okay, time for a controller. Do this the right way. I better not screw up now because then I'll make a fool of myself. Yep. This is from my first real album called Nature's Echo. Alright, this level. Thanks to Mostly Useless. Mostly Useful. And then we start looking into getting turrets. Mostly Useless. I hate calling him that because he's not useless. He's helped out so much with this game, but for some reason I feel compelled to say that, and it's not on purpose. I like you, Mostly Useful. You're my favorite. I don't know why I say it. Maybe it's projection for how I feel about myself. That's probably not true. Probably. There we go. Ah! I might make those those black parts at the bottom a little bit farther apart because right now they're very easy to kind of fall into accidentally. And then elevator. I see Mostly Useful in chat. Hopefully he didn't hear me say that I think he's useless because he's not. He's awesome. He's contributed a lot to this game. Trying to do the fancy way. You gotta do the fancy way. Ah. There we go. Nailed it. Okay, and then that's where we end. So I might want to introduce lasers a little bit later, because right now it's 35 and 36, right? Yeah, so maybe I make this 41 and 40. That way I have some time to play with the shooters and the movers and that kind of stuff. Because I have 3 levels that I want to make, and I guess there's a gap of 6 levels there. Yeah. I think that'll work okay. Congrats, your video's been scheduled. So, remember at the beginning of this video where I finally, where I went onto YouTube and was like, oh, I should probably edit the data for this. Well, it finally finished processing. I need to go into the Ben Gets Stuff Done Excuse me, the Ben Gets Stuff Done title card and make a 1 of 2, though, because there's 2 of them. Come on, Photoshop. I believe in you. There we go. Every time Photoshop updates, it feels like it goes slower. Part 12 of 2. Perfect. Come on. Anytime. There you go. Part 2. Dang it. You weren't supposed to hear that. Because I value you as a person and a person who follows my stream. I don't know. I'm still uncomfortable with the word fan. As much as it probably accurately represents most of the people who are here in some capacity. Like, I feel like it's just weird to consider people my fans. Finish saving already. There we go. So I kind of want to move this to like 38. Make sure that the build settings actually updated properly. 38, 41, 40. Okay. So we've got some more time to play with different ideas here. And since this one's so complicated, I might actually move this to 36. Because it goes from this to fuck you. And I don't really want that. So I do want to have some kind of progression. And honestly, mostly useful, I don't know why I do it. It doesn't make any sense for me because, I mean, game dev. Because, like, you are very useful. Well, mostly useful. But I don't know why I say it wrong, like, 20% of the time. It makes 0 sense to me. Oh, this chair is so uncomfortable. I really hope I get a new chair soon. Speaking of chairs, I think I'm actually going to stand up and walk around for like 30 seconds and see if I get feeling back in my butt. So I'll be back soon. Oh yes, my Chiptune rock song. Good times. Okay. So I got a response from the client who has gave me the thumbs up emoji and the "that's all right" emoji. So I guess I did what he was looking for on that song, which is actually a huge relief for me, because I don't know what I would do to fix it. And that's just because like I'm sure I'll get like 2 more emails from him. He uses emails like a couple other people I know do, and they use emails like a text chat. Yep, just got another one. He says, let's cross this one off. That is a huge relief. Okay. So another thing I started doing about a month ago was Agile, which is a thing where you can... let me see if this is safe to show. Just want to make sure there's nothing weird in here. Okay, so it's basically breaking your projects down into like individual things, and then you have like between October 29th and November 11th. I was supposed to do all of this stuff, but I did not because I got depressed and shit happened, and I ended up watching YouTube most of the time. But then you basically break things down into groups like that so you can better allocate your time. And aside from the last like 2-week sprint, things actually went really well. But the last 2 weeks have been really, really rough. I think it's mostly related to depression, and it's hard. It's so hard to, oh shit, I didn't want to do that. It's so hard to recognize that you're depressed. And it's like, you know, once you do recognize it, it's, sorry, I'm looking at the other window right now. I need to fix something. I accidentally archived a bunch of stuff that I didn't want to do yet. And it's like, I hate that people treat depression as something that should be not talked about, because I feel like everybody deals with it from time to time. So it's like 1 hour. No, wait, no. It was 2.5 hours and 4 or 5 hours. This was 35, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8, 9 hours. So, like, yeah, 10 hours. So in the last 2 weeks, I put in 10 hours of work on projects, which is, oh God, which is really, really bad. Yeah, exactly. And it gets in the way, and it gets in the way in the sneakiest way possible, because you just feel tired or you feel like unmotivated. So I left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects on the wayside this time around. So projects incomplete. Yeah, and even 2 weeks ago, I wrote this, put less on my plate this time because I was burning out hard. And I guess I kind of predicted that myself. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Because I allocated myself 34 hours, which is very, very high. Which is probably more like 20 hours of work. But I only did 10 hours of work, and that's real hard timed work. I only did 10 hours of work in 2 weeks, which I feel is pretty unacceptable. But like I said, I was burned out really hard. And I guess that's just how it works. I think one of my Patreon rewards, probably at like $1, is to have this Trello board available for people to like check out, because I think that it's kind of interesting to see people work and push through projects. So the next project I need to do is the zany one. Yeah, feeling it. Honestly, today was for me as well, because I was able to stream a little bit, and I was able to do other stuff. And actually, up until 2.5 hours ago, I was still feeling pretty garbage. I streamed for 3 hours earlier today, and while I did get some stuff done, I did not get as much done as I wanted, and I just felt like garbage. I felt like crap. So I went and lied down for a 20-minute nap, and an hour and a half later I woke up, and I have my friend Amy, who I don't think is actually in the stream anymore, but my friend Amy was just like, Ben, you got to get up and work on stuff, and I really appreciate her for doing that, because otherwise I'd probably still be sleeping, and I'd just feel like crap because I didn't get anything done. So this song is finished. This song is done, and that's awesome. So I'm going to... which is November 12th through the 26th. And I'll put in more info later. I need to sit down and actually write out my my breakdown for this sprint, because I need to explain why I did shit for hours. But I only have this one left, this Zany track, which I made, but he wasn't a fan of. We actually moved it to a different song in the group. I think we moved it to 2? Or maybe 5. Now I need to look it up because I can't remember. Story intro. So we moved it to hit this one. So so that this one's basically done, and I think this one's mostly done. So like some of these I've like have been like tracks that he didn't like for the current thing, but we just moved them elsewhere. So we're definitely farther along in this. Like, this is super intimidating. I wanted to get all of these done by the end of the month, and that's not feasible. That is a one-way ticket to me just going crazy and not working on anything. So I'm gonna try to finish pack 2. I have a creative exploration. Creative exploration video. I have an extended play video that I need to make. Because I only do one of those every 2 weeks. This one can actually get archived, I think. Yeah, because, yeah. And then creative exploration videos take 3 hours. Extended play videos take about 3 hours. So this is a lighter workload. Well, this is short. This one's long. Medium, medium, short. I might just dump all this in here. That's actually not too bad. Because I would rather... Yeah, I think... Shit. It depends on if I can finish this one tomorrow. If I can finish this one tomorrow, I'll have all this in here. If I struggle with this one, then this is all going to be a problem. But, like, this one's super short. This one should take me, like, an hour, honestly. The long ones will take longer, obviously. Story intro short. This one will take, like, an hour, because I already have the baseline for it. I just need to figure it out. You guys don't need to see this. I'm just... I don't know what I'm doing right now. So yeah, things are going okay. Things are going better than they were anyway. I'm just trying to get my equilibrium back and just trying to keep moving on stuff. So we have 32, and 36 is very complicated. So what I want to do is I want to have a 33. So level 33. Bring it all up ins. So my plan is I'll probably finish one level, maybe 2. Because I have that one. That one should be fast too. Yeah, I think I can bam out 3 levels. Oh, I need to, speaking of bamming stuff, I need to send a... Oh, that's going to come out wrong. Speaking of thinking about bamming stuff, I need to send a message to my wife. We call our button making process bamming out buttons. So she was going to get a picture because she's at a workshop right now and she wants to get a picture of everybody so she can make buttons tonight and hand them out tomorrow at the last day. So this level is going to feature the ability to use wall jumps as a slide. Oops, got a message. Oh, she forgot. Good, I'm glad I reminded her. God, this chair is uncomfortable. Okay, back to work. So this level is going to be horizontal like this. That should be enough room. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Actually, it's a little bit too long. Maybe more like right there, I think. And you get this up at the top. I'm trying to think of the timing for this. So duplicate, this needs to go like right here. It might need to be a little bit larger, actually. We'll see. Oh yeah, that needs to be a lot larger, actually. So we'll scoot this over a little bit. Probably like right here. So yeah, I mentioned it briefly before, but I'm actually really looking forward to putting out the album of all of my 2-hour track challenges, which I'll probably do in January sometime. So is this 2 units? Yeah, that's 2 units. I'll probably do that in January sometime. Just because it'll be good. Actually, let's kind of do a dick move here. So you'll see what I'm doing in just a minute. It'll become a lot more clear. I'm just kind of setting stuff up right now. It's like you have that idea in mind and you want to actually see if you can realize it. So that's kind of the plan right now. And it's kind of weird having that little gap, so I'm actually going to just make a little 1x1 dude right here. This actually needs to go down quite a bit. This is my attempt to be Dead Mouse, basically. Just make this one yellow. I don't use yellow as often as I should. Yellow's a good color. That's some serious Bob Rossisms there. I hate saying that I like the idea of me being like the Bob Ross of game design and music, because it's very self-serving, but I really like that idea where I'm just like, yeah, let's just be chill about this and just kind of hang out for a while. It's totally cool. I wish I was like the Bob Ross of video games. Come on, how cool would that be? So you can kind of see what I'm going for here. Ben Ross. PD. Yeah, like, exactly. Ben Ross. Because I think being creative and like doing stuff like that should be a chill process. Like you don't always have to be going, exactly. You don't always have to be going at like 100% all the time, and you have to like be super hardcore about it. Sometimes you just want to sit down and just be chill. And I feel that that's very important to keep in mind. Why did that not? Okay, so I have some problems here. The idea is to kind of revisit that level 5 level, except this time there's turrets, and you have to block the turrets by going to the appropriate side. But there are some issues with the current system, or bugs in the matrix, or glitches in the matrix, whatever you want to call it. You're not my mom. First of all, these need to be farther apart. The second thing that needs to happen is these need to actually scoot over a little bit. So their projectile is actually spawning inside of that, because right now I think the projectile is spawning here, which basically means that it's not raycasting into the thing, so it won't actually recognize it. I want to scoot this over a little bit too. And just do that. There we go. There we go. Obviously the background's kind of busted, so we can fix that. And then we can move this over, put these happy little turrets out. So the ideal thing, maybe this won't work. Okay, they need to shoot a little faster. Their fire interval is 1. Let's make it 0.75. And this might be ungodly hard. That's cool too. Oh, okay, the other thing that I noticed is these things aren't spaced properly. So this is 2 units. This is 1.5 units. And then this is 2 units. Okay. This might be too hard. Let's bring this to 1.5. Go in the other direction to make it a little easier. This was an idea that I wanted to try. Because like the goal is that you would be blocking the shots, but the problem is that you kind of run into the shots from the other side. No, okay. I was just doing it wrong. Let's make this like 1.3. Because I want to do it in time, like in rhythm with the player. I don't want to have it too far. Oops. Yeah. So this is something that seems very complicated, but it's not. And you have to approach it from a way that's not exactly intuitive. Because it seems initially like you should start on the right side, but if you start on the left side, it's a lot easier. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping that in. Even though that's kind of a dick move, I think that it's actually kind of perfect. Okay, so there's that. And then this just shoots down fairly quickly. And this one's fairly easy to figure out. You just have to, because if you have this just going, and I guess you can still make it. Yeah, let's not gild the lily here. Let's just go like this. Although I should have it. There we go. That way, you just gotta go whoop. No. Yeah. Whoops. Or you could just do that, but it's not going to be an option. Cool. Okay, so then I need to do the first part. Okay, so I want to make sure... Okay, you can't make that jump. Put it like this. So what I'm trying to do is force the player to go down and then back up. without just jumping off the top, which they can't do anyway because the ceiling's so low. I'm going to approach this from a different way. I can make that more narrow. Actually, no, I want to keep that one in. Because then I can go like this, and like this. Kind of have an indent there. Oops, over one. Well, really, why don't I just push this all up? Okay, so this needs to go up. That one's already shooting down. So this little intro is kind of boring right here, so I'm probably going to try to find something to make that a little more interesting. Yeah, that's a juicy one. Yeah, I'm going to make that a little bit more forgiving. That's doable. That's all I care about. It's hard, but I'm okay with that too. Whoops. So it actually requires a little bit of a button finesse on that. You have to let go of the arrow key to push you back towards the wall. Okay, so it's doable. It's all doable. This level might be a really big jump in difficulty, though. Maybe not. Like, I do want to make difficult levels. I mean, that's the point of this game, is to have difficult levels. You just don't want to breeze through the whole thing. So I'm definitely not averse to that. You just gotta figure out that balance between frustration and good gameplay. And there's something needs to happen over in this area, and it might be as easy as just kind of scooting this over a little bit. It also feels like everything just needs to move down by a couple units. That timing, though. Yeah. Might be easier on the controller. I should switch. I'm just trying to parse this. I think the issue is that those projectiles move so slowly. And maybe I should increase the speed of them by a little bit. Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah. You can't go down too low. That's the problem. You have to kind of just nick that, yeah. Okay. Yeah, once you figure it out, it's not as hard. Nope. That's actually really difficult too. This is a good level. It definitely is annoying, and that makes it a good level, right? Nope, fuck that up. Try again. Nope. Damn. That gap is actually really tough. Because you have to basically go right before it fires. Okay. And then you just have to do this. Ah, shit. Can't wait until some people get their hands on this one. Nope. Nope. That's not gonna... Oh, it did work. And I keep making these levels that are, like, really hard, and I don't want them to be hard. I want them to be fairly straightforward and easy, but... here we are. I should make these red. Okay, so I need to make these red. Not red. I'll make them blue. I initially thought green because originally they were green in the other level. But I feel like having them fit better with like the amount of rotations that the player is currently up to. I think that that's more important than being like, look at this callback to a prior level. Plus, it's super easy to do, so. I actually kind of want to squish this out a little bit more. And add... oh, don't want to do it that way. That would be bad. Add like another layer to this. So basically have the divide. Like that. That feels a little bit better to me because that way you have some repetition here. And the other sneaky reason why I'm doing it that way is because then by the time you get down here, that turret's already firing. Oops. Of course, now those probably could have been kept green. Damn. Yeah, they totally could have been kept green. Plus, if you can optimize this level, you're gonna look like a badass. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to actually turn these back to green because I'm indecisive. Let's see if he sent me any more emails. Why are those Photoshop files? Oh, God. Okay, well. Let me just listen to this. No, I don't like that it's farther down than the other one. As much as it forces you to wait. No, it doesn't. Ah. Wigs are the best. I think if you're speedy enough, you can traverse that. I don't like that if you're holding down the button, the player just kind of clips the edge. So I want to, yeah, I gotta fix that, but. Okay. Okay. Well, we have one level down. I like this one, actually. Even if it's a little wonky. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm just going to scoot this over. Okay, so if we go from level 32 to 33, what exactly are we doing here? Am I going to have to push this one out as well? What's 32? Maybe. Because this one is kind of hard. Yeah, I'm going to register this one in the build settings first. So add open project. Okay, so it's in there, 36. So now I'm going to change this. Oh, wait, no, that's 36. I need 33. Oops. 2016. Yeah, so this one I'm just making them too damn hard. Which I can't complain about. Like, I'd rather make hard levels because this is supposed to be a hard game, but I also need to make some easy levels so people don't quit, I guess. Like, they have to beat some levels. Okay, so I have 2 more ideas, and these are actually a little bit more reasonable. And they should go fast, too, which is good, because I have been streaming for 2 hours and 45 minutes. Oh, I need to respond to this guy, too. Somebody else asked me to do some some sound effects for his game, which is awesome. I just need to see what his what his timeline is, because I'm a little swamped right now, but it's decent money. Talking about money sucks. Like, when I say it's decent money, that doesn't mean like it's thousands of dollars. It's just like, it's enough to maybe buy like a light for my studio, or even like a light box for my studio, or something like to help get more light. It's not a lot, but it's just like, money sucks to talk about. I hate it, but it's so important to like everybody. Okay, so level 33. Level 33 for the third time. I keep making levels too hard. But it's like, I'm super happy that I can get paid for some of these projects. Even if it's not like millions of dollars, it's still something. This is actually going to be a very vertical level. Oh, I didn't create a time for these. Save. Okay, so I need to do a time and rotation for these. I'm going to do rotation first because that's usually easier. Because that's more of an abstract thing. 1, 2, 3. I think you can do that in 2. No, I'm going to just say 3. Oh my god. Gotta clip it. 2, 3. 4, 5. Ugh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 7. So I'm at 8, but really it's 7 because I can do that in 7. So 7. Oh yeah, because that screws up the rotations. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, that's rough. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is your number of rotations. Oh boy. Time-wise. Oh man, that makes me super happy. He said he was playing the song we were working on earlier at the restaurant, and he had a bunch of people dancing around at the restaurant I'm working on, or I'm working at, I'm assuming. One girl says, "This makes me want to play the game." That actually makes me super happy. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm super glad that my own prejudice against the song is not universally because like I feel like the song is not exactly what I want, but it's exactly what he wants, and it seems like it's what he is expecting and happy to hear. So damn. So now I'm trying to get the time. You got to get that cycle, I think. There's no point in jumping down there. Dang. Jump. Too far down. I'm going to say 10, 5. Because I think that's possible. I think it's possible to do this in 10.5 seconds. Even if that's going to be very, very hard. Yeah, you need to make that cycle, and then I think everything's okay. There we go. Oh no. 9.5 seconds can be gold. I really, one of the things that I love about this is that when somebody just starts playing this level, they see this flippin' hot mess of like turrets and obstacles and stuff. And then they see the goal time is 9.5 seconds. And it's just like, it's super cool for somebody to realize that, okay, I have a lot that I can do to improve right now. Just a second. Can you put breaking hoops? Will send an image when I get to it in a few. So yeah, like they see this mess or some of the other levels that are very, very complicated. And they see that it's like, oh, you can only beat that. You can beat this in 10 seconds. That's insane. Oh, Adivel is now following. Is my piano still hooked up? Nice, Adivel. This song's for you. Anyway, thanks for the follow. Back to the normal music. So, yeah, this level's pretty good. I like this level. I don't think I want to put a platinum time on this. There was a level that I was going to put a platinum time on. Now I can't remember what it was. Was it 36? No. Adivel, what I played on the piano, no, that was just improv. Like, it's basically, I play it most of the time when somebody follows. It's the same chord progressions. It's usually like, and then, something like that. And then you just make it. I need to get more improv stuff going, but I actually am having a lot of fun that when somebody subscribes, I just kind of jam out on the piano for them for a couple minutes or for a couple seconds. I could try some different chord progressions that are fun. Like there's the in the minor key you can go. Well, feeling it, I'd play like 4 chords. And then you can do the if we bring a bunch of people to your channel, you must stop work at all. Well, hey, I don't know. It would just be a super long jam session, I guess. But yeah, I mean, this stream right here is just me just trying to get work done. So, like, if I have to stop and play a bunch of piano, I have a feeling that I'd be okay with that, because right now I'm just working on level design for these, and I'm making progress. I'm just trying to find. There was one level that I realized that there was like a good platinum time that I could put on it. Now I can't find it anywhere. Boss fight number 2. Was it this one? No. Oh, music. I can't remember. Maybe I dreamed it. Because, like, you could skip a cycle or something. Huh. Oh, it was this one, I think. Let me double check. Oh, let me get the controller though, because I think you could skip a cycle by going like that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and then you gotta like squeeze in there, because the normal. Taking a break just now. I've done a Unity Sager. Oh, Unity Sagers. Bleh. Shaders, not Sagers. Yeah, pixelating stuff is rough, especially with shaders. And I know, like, as far as a shader is concerned, doing like a pixelated, like shader is usually fairly simple, because aren't you just like polling one pixel and then like duplicating that to neighboring pixels for like a 3x3 grid or a 2x2 grid? Oops. Making shaders is something that I want to learn, because right now there has to be a way to make that jump work. And playing Binding of Isaac is never a waste of time. You can do this in 7.2 seconds, I think. 7.5. I'm going to put the platinum medal as 7.5, because I think it's doable at 7.5. It depends on how ballsy you are getting through that first jump there, because you really just have to nick the edge to get the jump. Oh, yeah. Because if you're fast enough... How far have you gotten in Binding of Isaac? Have you, like, finished all of it? I really want to do shaders because I think it's an interesting challenge, and you can do literally anything with shaders, it seems. Like, you can simulate waves, you can make cool, like, graphical effects for style. 7.58. I'm going to have that as a 7.75 for platinum. I think that that's fair. And we'll see if a speedrunner picks that up and can totally crush that score, which I would not doubt. We'll see. So that's level 26. 27's pretty straightforward. This level I want to fix more. I feel like there's more that I could do with this level, because right now it's very plain. Because there's enemies and shit in there that don't show up. That one's good, that one's good. Okay, we'll get back to this one. Before I was rudely distracted by a follow, so I had to play piano. So the point of this one, or the premise of this level, is very, very simple. It's going to be a vertical climb. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a vertical climb, and the player has to dodge stuff. I want to make sure, first of all... Okay, yeah, that's too horizontal still. So I got to push these in. Lorgos or Logros? No, I think it's just called achievements. Okay, I need to fix that background because it's wigging me out. No, achievements in English are just achievements. Still can't make very good progress here. You can definitely make progress, but you can't make very good progress. Someday you'll reach the top. Someday you're going places. Yeah. So I don't know if I like the level this narrow because it's gonna make the yeah, it looks kind of weird. But I mean, that's kind of how it has to go. Because what I want is like a turret firing through the middle. And the player has to like dodge it. Maybe it would be better if the goal was just off to the side, so it's not like blocking the player from exiting the level. So how long have you been working with shaders, Edivel? And did you follow like any cool tutorials? I try to find tutorials online, and sometimes I'm not super successful at it. Two days. Nice. That's cool. If you're gonna post a link, it's not gonna work. My my bot will eat it all up. My bot doesn't like links. But if you send me a private message, I will receive it, and I would be happy to check it out. I've had problems with people in the past sending links that were less than savory, less than good to computers. Like they had viruses and stuff in it, and I don't want to give my followers viruses. You can follow me on Twitter and send something there, or I think Twitch allows you to send private messages. If you like right click on my name and chat, I think. Let me see. Hi. If you right click on my name or click on my name and click on whisper, then you can send a private message. So this level is fairly simple. The problem is that the bullets travel basically as fast as the player does. So this has to be handled a different way. So it has to have like a little inlet for the player to enter the level. Enter the level. Enter the level. And I think that also helps with just the general... Oh, you can't? That's weird. Well, you can follow me on Twitter if you want to go that route. I just know that if you send a link, my bot will eat it, and then you won't get anywhere. Like, you won't be punished for it or anything. It's just you won't get anywhere. You can send it, and it'll delete your posts, but I'll still be able to read it. So... You're welcome to send it, but just prepare for your... Oh! HyperCole64 is now hosting my stream with 3 viewers. Thank you so much, HyperCole. I appreciate that. Also, HyperCole is a pretty cool name. Okay, so this level now... Oh, yeah, I gotta fix the background. Oops. So yeah, this level is pretty obvious what you have to do. Ooh, that's tough. Hardly high, hardly high, hardly high. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go. Oh, see, that's what I don't want. Okay, I got the link. I'll definitely check it out. Oh yeah, Alan Zucconi. He's awesome. I really love his tutorials. And for those who are like watching this on YouTube, that is the link. I actually have this bookmarked. It's really, really awesome. I highly recommend Alan Zucconi's stuff. So yeah, so right now, for those who are just joining in the hosted content land, I am working on Color Jumper, which is a puzzle platformer video game with controls similar to Super Meat Boy and the like. I am working on level design right now, which has been fun and challenging. So what I have now is I want to make sure that the player can't just go like that all the way up, because that's boring. Actually, they can go like that all the way up. And what I want is something like this. Which I think is pretty cool. Or if you're super hardcore, you can go like that. Yeah. That's a cool level. It definitely needs some work, like graphically. I feel like it's fairly plain. Across the other side. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. What I need to do, and what I've talked about for a while, is be able to have variable speeds for the projectiles. And honestly, honestly, I don't want to add outcroppings because I'm trying to make some flippin' easy levels in this game. And this level is hard, it's difficult, but it's not like FU hard. So I think that I'm actually going to keep it the way it is, but I do like the idea of adding outcroppings and having some more stuff in there. And I might like make another version of this level later on that has a little bit more complexity to it. Oops. Make the projectiles wobble. Wob, 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 wob. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff that I want to do with this, but I'm trying very hard to make easier levels because I can't just have a ton of levels that are crazy, crazy difficult. Well, I could, but I don't think that would be very fair to the player. And I'm trying to find a gentle way of introducing turrets and projectiles for like 3 levels. So I have this level. Oh, does it? Dang it. Thanks, mostly useful. You're the best person out there. So yeah, like I'm trying to introduce. Oh yeah, exactly, Catalyst. You're absolutely right with that. You don't want to make the level boring, but you do want to make it okay. So these are the introduction to turret levels. Like I still feel like these introduce the turrets, but they still make this last section up here fairly difficult, not impossible, but difficult. And then this introduces the idea that you can actually block the shots right here. And again, this level's not super hard, but it requires a little bit of timing. And then we get to this. So I agree that you don't want to make the levels boring, but you also need to make some levels fairly easy to introduce ideas. Because if you just introduce an idea in a level that's already very difficult, I think that adds too much complexity. And I might be wrong. Like I'm no expert on like game design. So like I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here too. I'm actually going to bring this one down a little bit. This level feels really barren. There, I made this one harder. You happy? Actually, I like that a little bit better. Again, it's not necessarily harder from like a technical standpoint, but from a visual, like you have to visually parse everything that's going on. Oops. I'm going to bring that down by 2. Because then that way it gets in the way of the player too. Because now the player can actually get hit by this all the way through. So it's actually significantly more difficult if you slow down for that one. But yeah, like I completely agree that I don't want to make boring levels, but I do want to make levels that are actually completable. Just like this one is actually, it's not hard, it's just you have to get the timing right. And it's not a bad thing. You just got to do your game stuff. That's actually really hard. Yeah. So, not impossible. Just visual noise actually does a lot to make levels look harder than they are, and I want to use that to my advantage for sure. But having one level in like 100 to introduce an idea in a fairly safe environment, like this is a fairly safe environment, especially down here and up here, and then it gets more complicated, but it's not like the end of the world. And I like this idea. Yeah. It's very simple, but that's okay. Climb while timing jumps. Done. This list of level ideas that I wrote 2 weeks ago might actually be completed because I have one left on here. Other stuff. Okay, I can chop that off because I finished that and he liked it. That's good. I have to do that tomorrow morning. Other stuff. Other stuff. Okay. We're going to make one more level. We have also been streaming for 3 hours and 17 minutes, meaning that total today I've been streaming for 6.5 hours, maybe 7. Which is actually kind of exhausting. Let me check. Yeah, the other one that I made today was 3 hours and 16 minutes, and that was me working on more game design stuff. So I've actually doubled the amount of time I've streamed today, and if I keep going, if I make one more level, I'll have basically streamed for 7 hours today, which I think might be a new record for me. My voice is starting to give out, which is which is cool. So yeah, where is that other level? There it is. So this one is pretty straightforward. And I think this one was, no, it wasn't. Never mind. Level 34. Okay, so build settings. I don't think I have to organize these in any particular way, but I am. Honestly, if I were smart, I would just organize these in the way that I want them to display in the game, and that way I don't have to always move things around, but here we are. Initialization, main menu, windscreen goes down there. Yeah, okay. So this level is fairly straightforward. The ceiling is going to be off the screen. The ground is going to be off the screen. So basically, if you fall off, you die. You did. And then there's going to be some platforms, and that's pretty much it. And then you have to basically destroy the enemies that are currently on those platforms so you can use them to traverse the area. Nothing too crazy. Nice. Make the background fit the area. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time adding some like visual stuff to this game. Because there are a lot of empty spaces, especially that Ascend one that I made before. There's just so much empty space. Which isn't a bad thing. It's just a thing. So prefabs. Now, if I was cheeky, because you can't actually see above this plane, if I was sneaky, I could like have like a secret shortcut that gets you through. But I really don't want to do that in this game, to be honest. I don't want to have those kind of shortcuts, especially when it comes to speedrunning, because that can kind of compromise. Hey Zelgrith, I am still streaming. I finished the song, and now I am finishing up one more level, and then I'm probably going to call it. I was just commenting that if I continue this, if I continue this and I get to about another half hour or so, I'll have streamed for like 7 hours today, which you can tell by my voice is quite a feat. I actually lit a candle a long time ago, and that candle's dead. I might light another one. Actually, I might do that, because I can actually smell this one. Sometimes I'm not able to smell things. Which is to say, I have these flavored, I have these scented tarts, these wax things. And some of them I can smell and some of them I can't. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. What are you watching right now, Zelgrith? I think you told me already, but I can't remember. The last anime I watched was Attack on Titan. Oops. Which I enjoyed. But that was also like a year and a half ago. The last... Oh god, that's embarrassing. The last single episode of anime that I watched was Excel Saga, because I wanted to remind myself how absolutely stupid it was. Because it was really, really bad. So yeah, this level is all about moving from platform to platform. Sounds simple, right? Well, it ain't. My favorite anime. Well, I'll preface that by saying I don't really watch anime anymore. I watched a lot when I was younger, but I don't really partake much anymore. Having said that, I really enjoyed the trifecta from the 90s. I did enjoy Evangelion for the most part. I very very much enjoyed Trigun, because Trigun, it, and I think a lot of animes actually went this route where they started very very jovial and happy, and then shit just gets super real, because that's a good explanation of what happens in Trigun, where things start very simple and innocent, and then holy shit. And the third of that, the third one that was just popular back in those days was Cowboy Bebop. Oh yeah, I need a platform there. So yeah, like my three favorite animes when I was growing up were Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, and Trigun. Like that, and I think anybody who was growing up in that era, that would be probably their favorites. And I know, like, my cousin really loved Berserk and a bunch of those other ones that were more around like the action and combat. And I think that like animating that stuff is just beautiful and amazing, but it doesn't really do it for me. Yeah, and the soundtracks for both of those were pretty incredible as well, which does them no harm. They definitely thrive off of a good soundtrack as well. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed both of those. Yeah, it has an amazing soundtrack. I very much enjoy both of those, and I think that or all three of those. And I feel like, I don't know, I haven't watched Evangelion, and I didn't watch the reboot for Evangelion, like the movies that came out. I feel like they would be very interesting to watch, but I haven't. And yeah, like yeah, and I guess you could probably call Steven Universe an anime. That's like, it's very very much American anime, but it's also very anime inspired. So I guess maybe Steven Universe would be traversal. Maybe Steven Universe would probably be like my favorite anime of late. Let me see if I spelled that right, so Mostly Useful doesn't... Ha! I spelled it right. Because I love Steven Universe. I think that it's a very good... And I'm not saying anything about the community behind Steven Universe, because when you get a bunch of people who love something in the same room, sometimes things get toxic, and that sucks. But I really, really love just the idea of Steven Universe and how it came about, and what it represents. Phone dying, laundry back in, time for more anime. Take care. See you later, Zelgrith. It's good to talk to you again. So yeah, like, then you go bonk, and then you go bonk. Yeah, perfect. I want this level to be fast. I want this level to be super, super fast. Speed Racer fast. I guess I saw the Speed Racer movie, which was interesting, I guess. I don't really know what to say about that one. I thought that, again, it was very well made. But I don't know much about like the lore behind Speed Racer to be able to formulate an opinion about it. So, yeah. I like anime as like an art form. I feel like there's a lot that can be explored there. Actually, I kind of want red on the right, and then just black everywhere else. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted red on the left, because left is the opposite of right. The other thing I can do is just make this guy like a kaleidoscope, because why the hell not? And let the player figure out. So make the left blue, because one of them has to be blue. Yeah, I like that. And then have the guy down there have a blue top. Okay, so like a Steinsgate. I've never heard of that. There is a cat caterwauling. Ooh. So yeah, this level's very simple right now. But that's because I haven't added the projectiles yet. I also feel like everything should be moved a little bit closer together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 7. I think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so more, 2 more. Boop. And then this goes right there. Yeah. Okay. Because I want the wall jumping to be a little bit easier to handle. Yeah, okay. So if you list any plot for an anime, it's always cooler in the anime than you know. most of the animes are like usually have a very ridiculous premise, and it ends up being cooler than it sounds. Like that seems to be pretty much a given these days. Yeah. Okay, time to make this level hard. Or harder, anyway. First step, go like that. Boop, boop. Force them to traverse it. Next step is adding some turrets. Which shouldn't be too hard. Dumb turret. Actually, that's a perfect position right there. Have it fire up every second. And then have these fire down every second. And have this fire down in the middle every second. There, we made the level harder. Oops, thought I duplicated that. Up. Ooh, yeah. That adds some spice to this meatball. I don't know if that last jump is really humanly possible. Nope, fucked it up. Again, I should be using the controller. Yeah. I mean, that's just a 3-minute recording. It's a loop. I want to do more of those because I really like having cat cam. And they're cute kitties. Yeah, he's right here, actually. What are you doing? You were making a bunch of noise a couple seconds ago. Now there's 2 of them on screen. So yeah, this is Tux. He has the best purr. Here, you gotta get your purr. Doesn't really pick up super well. But yeah. What was I doing? Talking about cats. So this level is actually very hard now. Maybe this one would be better served if it was shooting upwards. Okay, I'm going to try it with the controller. He's a good kitty. Oh, that's a hard jump. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's doable, but I need to rearrange this. This needs to be here. A little offset. That might work. Oh, or I can just miss the enemy. Five cats. Oh, you beat me by one. My wife and I have 4. Man, this one's actually pretty tough. Which is good. I'm getting it. Like, again, this is all muscle memory. This is all something the player would be doing too. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a hard one. 3, 4. Nope. So 9 rotations. Let's see how fast I can go now. Oh, it's that. Oh. Yeah, I think what I need to do is I need to raise or lower this by just a little bit, because it's just like running into just enough of a problem. Yeah, that's better. Oh, yeah, so it's totally doable. That bounce, though, it's a feature, not a bug, but it's really annoying because it seems to be happening every friggin' time now, and I don't want it to happen this time. Okay, so 9 rotations, 6.5 seconds. Cool. There we go. So we have up to level 36 done. So if I went and played the game, we could get this far. And obviously there's more, but a lot of these are empty. So let's do that. Let's reset stats. Cool. Let's see where we are so far. We got the easy levels. And I know that when I get to later in the development of the game, I'll be going through like level by level and being very, very specific about everything. But right now, I just want to see if the game actually flows the way that I want. Because it's important. Ah, I didn't get it. Oh well. Oops. Right, I forgot that I added this one to the mix. Wait, what's that one? What's that one called? Very Jumps. That's such a dull name. I'm probably going to rename that one. But, you know, nothing's set in stone. Ah, messed it up. Can I get platinum for this one? Nope. Damn. Gotta try every time. I gotta try at least once every time. This one's just hard to do in general. Oops, that's not the right way to do that. Ah, crap. And that's the and I've mentioned this a zillion times already, but this is why I love these games, because when you get fancy and when you get impatient, that's when you die. When you try to cut corners and when you try to make things like more accessible and more fast. That's when you get killed a lot. And that's what makes this game so frustrating, because you're trying to save time and you're trying to... Oh my god, I can't remember how to beat this one. Oops, too high. How do you beat this one again? I think you have to go this way. Oops. I mean, I could just go this way too. Oops. Maybe not. I'm really bad at the levels that I recently made. But frustration platformers like Super Meat Boy and VVVVV and the like that, they thrive on you trying to cut corners. Because when you cut corners, you're being impatient. And if you're being impatient and you fail, then you get more impatient and more frustrated. And that's how they get you. Yep, boss fight 1. Good fight. So, yeah, like... I definitely want to amp that up over time. Oh, right. This is a new level. How the hell do I beat this one? Okay. I don't think I got the time on that. And this is one that I need to fix because it's kind of boring. There we go. The floor is lava. Special delivery. Ooh, yeah, this one is like, this one seems very easy, like initially, and then you're just like, oh, okay, there's that, and then there's this. I wouldn't mind making this level a little bit longer as well. I mean, the problem is that the jumping is kind of weird in here because there's a very, very set limit to your jump speed, like your terminal velocity for horizontal movement. Ah. And this level seems very plain. Ah, so close. There you go. I don't have a time set on that one. Divide. These are all levels that I kind of vaguely remember making earlier today. So I'm probably going to struggle on them, which is actually kind of funny. Ah, crap. I have to remember all the techniques. Stupid Ben. But, you know, that's part of the fun. Ah, so close. I like that the bullets travel up just a little bit faster than you can ascend. Ah. Again, I'm getting impatient. You can't get impatient with these games. You have to be like a robot. Mrs. Dumbfire. Project Mars. I wrote my own 2D movement platform, or 2D. Sorry, I can't like do both at the same time. I wrote my own based off of Sebastian's code. Okay, that's the end of the levels. So I have a controller 2D that manages the colliders and movement and everything that I did write myself, but it was initially based off of Sebastian's, I think it's Sebastian Legue, Sebastian's code. So, yeah, why this didn't show up, I'm not entirely sure. This should have showed up because I don't think I collected any of them. Yeah, Sebastian's tutorials helped me a lot. Yeah, and then, you know, I went in and I tweaked all the controls for everything because I really like Super Meat Boy, and I kind of emulated the controls from Super Meat Boy. And yeah, like that's where we are in this game so far. We have 36 consecutive levels, and then a handful of other ones that I just need to kind of fill in the blanks for. In a perfect world, I will be able to finish up World 2 next weekend. But, oh shit, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream next weekend. I got something going on. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've got like 6 or 7 levels left to do here. And I actually, in level 40 here, I introduce the beams. So that's cool. So I have a lot that I can do with that system as well. And then I can work on that. And then I'll be able to mix the turrets and the beams and everything else together. And then I have just the CF level. This one is just kind of a nightmare zone. but it's actually not that hard. It's like I was saying earlier, it's one of those levels that look very, very complicated until you actually sit down and parse all that's happening. And I kind of like those levels that are just crazy, crazy dense. Oops, that level doesn't exist. Oh, thank you. Oh, boss fight number 2. That's an intense level right there. Yeah, it's all Unity particle system, but it works very, very well. Whoa. So yeah, and then when we get into the harder levels, we get like homing turrets like this, which actually I really like how these are animated. They came out really well. So yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there slowly, but it's getting there. I'm almost halfway done because I want 100. Well, it's really going to be like 120 levels. But the main 4 worlds or stages or levels, whatever the hell you want to call them, they're there, and they're coming together. It's oops, yeah, these don't exist because there's something wrong with speedrun mode enabled. I don't know. But yeah, like we're definitely getting there. We have a lot more levels now. And I'm actually really pleased with how this is coming along. It's going to take definitely another pass after I finish all of them to like refine them and make sure that they're what I'm looking for. But overarchingly, I'm very, very pleased with how the level construction is coming along. And I can actually check these off my list now, which is nice. Clean office. Yeah, I totally did that. Get out of here, to-do list. I don't need you anymore. Okay, so I've been streaming for 4 hours now. In addition to the 3.5 that I streamed earlier today, I am completely dead. So seriously, everybody, thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider doing that. Because on Wednesdays I do music production. On Saturdays these times... Oh, hi, Milk Girl. How are you doing? Most Saturdays these times I have been doing game development. I've been making levels. So Wednesdays music production, Saturdays yeah, it's over, but you can watch the replay, Milk Girl, if you wanted to. Actually, like the last 20 minutes of the replay will show all of the levels that exist so far if you wanted to get an idea of what's coming up when you get to test it out. But yeah, if you aren't subscribed to my Twitch stream, I would suggest doing that because I have very interesting content coming through. And if you're watching this on the YouTube recording, thank you so much for sticking around and watching through the whole thing. Consider subscribing to this channel again. So, oh, hey, a devil. So yeah, consider subscribing, all that other jazz, like it all helps. Beyond that, if you wanted to talk to me directly, you can find me on Twitter at Ben_Burns. That's BURNES. And you can also find me on Twitch and YouTube at Ben_Burns as well. So that is all I have today. I am completely losing my voice, which is kind of amusing. And I'm going to end the stream for now. But seriously, guys, thanks so much. Oh, sorry, following on Twitch. YouTube has subscribing, Twitch has following, Twitter has following. I think Patreon has subscribing. Everybody calls it something different, and I always get it wrong. But yes, the Milk Girl, you're absolutely correct. I am not a Twitch partner yet, so I don't get subscribers. I just get followers. Anyway, if you like what I do, consider following or subscribing if you're on YouTube. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you again so much for hanging out and offering your ideas and just being generally cool people. I really, really appreciate all your help and support for all this. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.